All right. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Oh, my coffee. Good morning, Dragon Wolf. What's that? What? What? I love that video. Hello, bro. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Good morning, one and all. Welcome back. Time to do a lot of UV mapping. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. Okay, so we did the body, did the hair. We did not UV map the teeth. Let's start. Excuse me. So clothing. I guess I'll put this in the body. Go with teeth. Okay. So for our teeth here, what's up? Funny. All right. For the tongue here, should be pretty straightforward. I don't have a mirror on it, so I should just be able to. I'd rather go like this. In and straight. Easy. Okay. Teeth done, or tongue done. Now the teeth. Looks like here's the gums right here. These are the two furs. I'll have to rearrange those. Let's turn on the body then. We'll need to include all of this with that. So the wings, maybe I'll put the wings with the clothing. So we won't have enough space on my UV map for all this. All right, so looking this over, actually we could do a little trick for the gums because we already have the high res. I should be able to just go 4, 4, apply, and apply, and then we can just delete it, cut it in half. Select this side, delete it. Pressing it. I guess I am, but I don't want to be pressing it. And take this side as well. Rip it. Cut this. Then we can add the multi-res back. The cool part is it will keep this edge right in the middle. So there's no reason to anything else. Then we can add back the mirror mod. And in that way, we can include the mirror U, which is the most important part. That way, our UV maps are on the right side this time. Okay, cool. Now looking at everything, I believe this is the tongue we just did. It's definitely the tail. Oh, these are all the teeth right there. Not sure what that is. That's the horn. This is the ear. That's the thumb. Fingers are definitely a little bit tougher to work with in how we have the character currently set up. So we'll be adding a little thing for this guy. Gonna have like one little tooth, one little snaggle tooth kind of deal. I think we'll do this. Turn the body like that. Is that where the fingers are in the right spot? I think we'll still have to cut off the thumbs though to do that properly. But it's good because it's a straight edge to a straight edge, so it should work pretty well. Yeah. So to do that, go here. Guess we would want the cap to be right here then. Move those over. Okay, just slice off the thumbs. And we'll just put them right here. Good. Good stuff. Move the microphone closer. Sip of coffee. Because it's going to be needed today. I am. Some asshole driving by my apartment at 4 in the morning. He must have been going at least like 150 miles an hour. It was so loud. Just boom. I was like, oh, good. Yeah, I hope you know, she didn't have to do that right now. Good morning, Arctic. Hello. Hello. Soap dergs are out. Oh. Let's put this one here. Hey there, Zoom. Hello. Happy Friday. We made it to the end of the week. Made it. This is the tooth. These UV maps are still super dense. Why is that? They should be lower res because I just unsubdivided them. I think I need to dissolve a lot of these edges because I really do want to keep the gum line shaped to the teeth. But that's too much resolution. Okay, we'll think about that. It's the same resolution. No, it looks a little stretched out. Got more resolution here at the tip of the tooth. It's a little bit better. Even that out a little. Shouldn't be quite so. Okay. That'll be good. All right, this has got to be the mouth cavity. So I'd like to keep this one over here. This has to be right on this middle edge. Actually, no, that means that the bottom lines up. Okay, perfect. Yeah, good stuff. Okay. Again, that's the ear, which can be much smaller. Match that resolution. About there. Cool. The tail, I don't know if we can put the tail here. I think that's going to be part of a separate material. What's this? This is like the hoof. Die Hufen. And on the first hoof, we have 2 mirrors on this one. Fascinating. I think we'll want to apply the first mirror right now. Apply the subdivision, apply the mirror. Now we should have 2. We need to shrink them down. That resolution, roughly the same. Good. And what's this? What is this? This must be the tongue, which would be in the mouth. Yeah. Oh yeah, that's the tongue. Okay. So I would like to keep it symmetrical. That's a more appropriate size. Always need to make sure we got the mirror on. Okay. So that's all the major elements added. Sort of. We know what's what now, which is good. At the very least, that's a benefit. A boon. Take the gums. Or maybe we can get the hooves in here. We could try to take the hooves, rotate them, get us some slightly better spacing. And let's see. That's not bad. May go with that. Because they don't need a ton of detail on the hoof, so collapsing it a bit seems okay. Also make the tongue smaller. Okay. Again, I don't think the tail's going to fit anywhere in here. So, sorry, tail. Tail, you're going to go with the clothing. Yeah. Put it with the wings. space down here. The gums. Can do with a little bit less resolution. Let's say right about there. If in here now? No. Okay, that's useful. I might as well just attach these together. All right, gums can go there. Okay, select all of these, make single user. Object data. So we can take all of these twofers, select them, get to boundary, unstack. Actually, I should do that one at a time. We'll do just the top row, get to boundary, unstack, and then get to boundary, stack. Now, got all my chompers evenly spaced. I can pack them a little bit like this, so they're kind of offset. And can I just slide them right in here? I would say I can. Awesome. Okay, good. And that does leave more space. For the gums. Which are like so close to being able to fit side by side, but not quite. Okay, so that's the body. Done. Perfect. Take the teeth collection, we're gonna put them right in there. And then turn them off. Hair. So we've got strands, and we've got these guys. So first one, I will apply the subdivision and the shrink wrap. Yeah, just mesh them really. Gotcha. This one does have a cut here, so right, we'll do something like this to pop it open. Slice and slice and slice. Okay. Mark them seams, unwrap. And I think for pretty much all of these, this should work. Where I do this and just, oops, straighten. Oh. Except this one, because we have this edge right here. All right, so there's the eyebrow. Shrink that down. And now for this one. Interesting. There's no way to unfold this nicely. We just got to cut off the back. And unwrap. Yeah. I guess we'll do you project from view. Select the border. Invert that in it. And unwrap. Get something like that. Matches the shape a little bit nicer. And then I can invert my selection, grab the back, and project from view as well. Now we've got both of these islands set nicely. Okay. Awesome. All right, so here's the eyebrows. I'm going to call everyone, one moment. Okay, I'm back. I have returned. All right, now we need to organize all these tufts. Tufts. I should have put everything that's roughly the same size together. Or I could just even out their size. I think I'm going to do that. It's not really the proper way to do it, but whatever. And then we'll do unstack again. And that way they're all like, literally exactly the same height. And we'll say half to be able to fit here. Something like that. And that. Okay, so there's all our hair. And now for the tufts, we'll want to do some pretty similar stuff. Fit to boundary, unstack, going to 2, shrink it a little, and then match them up. Shrink them again. And we'll say right about here. Perfect. Okay. The real reason for this is so that the roots are all the same spot. It's very easy to apply a gradient to all of these. Probably make them a bit bigger, but I think that's good for now. Okay, good stuff. Hair done, and we'll include the tufts. Ooh. It's actually interesting because the tufts for the feet should actually probably be a part of the body. And the hair should be its own thing. There's not a lot of space for this. Hmm. Slice all the fingers off. It's not going to save that much space, though. Let's look at the texels. This is closer to the more uniform size between them. Still takes up a gigantic amount of space. But I do want to bake them. That's part of it. It's going to be really weird and difficult to bake it without it. without them being part of the same object. Oh. Thank you, Ren. Too kind. Too kind. Or maybe Ren meant this Thursday. Oh. Okay. I was expecting next Thursday. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Okay. Things are about to get tricky. So we're going to redo our whole UV map. I definitely want the face in the same spot. This is the leg. The leg does not need to touch the edge here. Nothing really needs to touch the edge except the face. When I say the edge, I mean the middle here. We can save a bit of space by doing this. Not enough. We're just going to have him fill this quadrant. Okay. And then just focus on the big items for now. Might as well put this guy right back in the middle. We can get the chest to touch the middle. Boop. That'd be good. The leg. And the arm. I think we got to do what we had before. Here. It's a weird game of Tetris. Okay. Again. And you know what? I am just going to take the time to make them match exactly. Because they should. mean, there's a better way to do that, which is simply to go to the thumb, and we can get rid of the crease on one side. This side. Not a crease, but cut. Go. All right. And we'll do just a few of these to help even it out. Yeah. Cool. So now the thumb's just one big UV map. Makes it a little bit easier to place. All right. Now all this other stuff. None of it really has to be touching the middle. No. Oh. Ooh, rough. Okay. How am I gonna fit this all? Maybe the hooves should go with the tail and the wings. Hooves. Hooves. This is a tight fit. I think we got to put the gums in like here. No, over here would be better. And yeah, that should be pretty close to enough. It's actually super similar to what I just had before, but ignore that. It is interesting. There are just like only so many ways you can lay out a UV map. Like there is like an optimum layout usually for UV maps. It's just the tongue be smaller. This is the ear. So close. So close. Okay, let's sacrifice a little bit of space for the face here. Okay. Oh, actually, yeah, we can put this here. Scale them down just a little. And then this guy can go over here. Rest of the fingers. Good. And that frees up some space here. The things aren't quite as crowded. If it wasn't for the little spot there, it'd be a lot easier to fill it in. I mean, if I'm going to be doing that, over here. Nope, that seems optimal. Okay, that may need to be redone again at some point. But for now, we can pretend it all fits. It all fits. And we'll actually make a new collection, which will be body alt LP. That's where we'll put the other body items. We may include a few more items in there in the future. Okay, for the clothing though, most things are not really unwrapped. Could turn this into a circle. Or a cylinder, I mean. By doing just one cut. Yeah. Yeah, that's better, because then the edge is perfect. Okay. We got our little, whatever this is, toy. Charm pin. It's a pin. It's a pin. Just slice off the back. Unwrap. Awesome. Pin this. Straighten it. And probably shrink it way down. It's funny because the harness took so long, but it's actually probably not going to take much space. Take up much space on the UV map. Ugh. Sorry, 1 second, y'all. Okay, I'm back. All right. Get it together, everyone. The glasses. These will unfold in a very interesting way. Not quite sure what to expect. But I think we'll just kind of slice the boundary. Like that. And see what happens. I'm gonna be honest, that doesn't look super good. Let's see. I missed an edge somewhere. Ah, of course, the inner loop. Okay, that's much better. If I was being a little extra, I think I could leave some of the top attached. It's certainly... Wait. Should be separate here. Let's not do that. It is extra. It definitely is. So I think we'll just try to straighten out the arms of this. Boom. And that's probably going to be as good as these get. I think we'll also slice off the little stems or the arms themselves. These guys right here. Everything, but then only select the. Wait, these should not be attached in any way. If I select this, okay, yeah, okay, good. Perfect. And we'll just move them over, select everything. Okay, that's a little more compact. Okay, looks like everything's generally the right size. I'm going to select the larger items. And we're going to hit UV average. Oh, let's make this sure the scale's same for everything. Make single user. There we go. Oh, darn, I did get the heart in there. That's okay. Oh, what is that? Oh, that's the bandana. Okay, okay. Let's go. Wood. Some things can still. This is surprisingly dense. I think we could lower that resolution, at least manually. Get it lower. Let's do it after we bake, though. All right. All right, all right. Keep these out. Take all these. And we're going to cheat. I'm feeling lazy. Back. Unexpected error. Wow, beautiful. Okay, we won't do that. Can't cheat. Train time. Enjoy your train, Zoom. Be back in a jiffy. Sounds good. I could save on texture space if I overlap the UVs. May as well for this character, at least for this. I don't want to do it for the body because I've just found having a little bit of having the access to the full UV map of the body is nice. But for the clothing, I think we'll do it. But that does make me realize we did not actually finish the clothing. Because the shirt needs some more detail. We need to finish up the boob window. Important stuff. Get them tatas covered. Now let's say more clothing. Lazy. Drop them in there. Boom, boom. And we just want the shirt. Okay. All right. Good stuff. Whoa. It lagged really hard there. I thought I was going to crash. Okay. It's actually interesting to see. It's not a mismatch per se, but the difference between what the multi-res offers and what the retopology might give. This just feels a little more different than I thought. Let me hit it with the shrink wrap. I'm just going to apply it. Yeah. Interesting. Definitely a little bit different than I expected. And we could use a little bit more resolution in a few spots too, right here. We'll go ahead and just tear this. Actually give this whole another little cut. Little cutarino. All right, and then we'll take this edge, scale it out, extrude it, shrink it in, then fill that space in. Probably need to bevel it as well. Control B, V. Going to space this more evenly. Good. And let's get rid of any vertex creases. Definitely don't need any of those. All right, let's get this booba made. Mega made. Hmm. So we do have this little edge right here. It's just a tiny edge. We need to rip this, or I did every single rip except the one I wanted. Bam. Well, yeah, so it should be like this. Bam. Then we'll close this up, and now I can create this edge. Glorious. Say one. Good. And we'll switch over to sculpt mode so I can use the slide relax. Get that evenly spaced. And I guess I could keep this a quad. And we can also give myself a little bit more resolution right at the bottom of the pack. Cool. Looks a little lumpy there, so I think go back to here. We got project individual elements and just make sure everything is actually on the surface. Yeah, okay, good. Then we'll go here. Make this edge. Needs to be cleaned up a little right there. And another edge. Oh. Glorious. Glorious. Few final tweaks. Make sure everything lines up super nice here on the top. Put a cursor right here so I can take the top edge, 0.6e, and bring it in. That broke for some reason. Adam's apple is a little low res, so give it a little slice. Let's make everything fit super nice. At least again, the multi-res, it still saves me a huge amount of time, even if I have to do some manual retopology. Get to go in, just do some quick edits, and move on to the next one. It's the right way to work. I'm doing my part. Oh, and then here as well. Extrude. Yeah, definitely need to clean up the high poly. Looking a little chunky. Clean up the normals. Okay, looks good though. Good stuff. Now we have the top retopologized. We can turn off the high poly, go back to our low poly, clothing, and actually continue to UV unwrap it. Which is mostly just this spot in here. Just redo the whole thing. Just this one. Doo -doo -doo. Da, 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 da. Distribute that. Gorgeous. Gorgeous. 0.6. Cool. Cool, 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 cool. Ah, of course. Darn, I have to redo the top again. Okay. So this needs a cut. There we go. That's a little more familiar. All right. Here to here and here to here. Mm-hmm. Well, excuse me. What did I do wrong here? That will work out better, I think. Do. It's a tough one. Okay, that looks so much better. Okay. Yay. Things are working right now. The neck is still really messed up, though. That's not good. There. Okay. Excuse me. Hmm. Still getting a lot of stretching here. Get rid of these pins. Grab these. Go to the edges. Okay, I think right about there, and then we have to distribute and distribute, and then distribute. Hmm. Okay, how about that? Okay. Worried about this spot right here. we'll live with that for now. I think it will come out fine. Okay. Do 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 do. That is really the deal with UP maps, though, right? Just you, just do what you can. Your turn. Okay. Good stuff. Put that back into the clothing. Ah. We'll probably have to rearrange everything again. So now we're looking at the harness. So let's take the big pieces and unwrap those first. And none of the unwraps really matter right now because actually the harness probably will have to be its own material. If we include the backs, if I solidify and remove the backs, that will require it be in its own map. I mean, this it's not too bad. We'll see. I mean, let's map it first. We'll go from there. Okay, there's the top. Then we have the waist. None of these are mirrored, and they can't be because there's a belt portion. These don't actually close. No, I shouldn't be able to unwrap. Okay. Bam. We'll take the top. Boom. And straighten. And straighten. Easy. Easy peasy. Cool. And then the thigh. Which really can just do the same thing with. So 0. I'm clicking the right thing. Shift R. There we go. Perfectly even now. And then all right. Now, moment of truth. I actually want to make a backup copy before we do this. 13. And this will be pre-harness mesh. At least one part we can mirror. We're going to apply the solidify. And then you know what? I'm going to undo that. Because I will turn off fill. And what that's going to let me do is when we apply it, now we'll have two shells. And on the inside shell, select the boundary loop, and I'll mark it as a seam. And then we'll select both, select boundary loops on both, and bridge. But that makes it a lot easier to select the interior portion. Yeah. So same thing, turn off fill, apply, inside, boundary loop, mark seam, select all, boundary loop, bridge. Oof. That was a little rougher than I thought. That's because I have these other sections I didn't do. Okay, let's try that again. Bam, apply, and we'll just do one section at a time. Boundary loop, mark seam, LL, boundary loop, bridge. Okay. Now this one. I believe this is the interior side. And we'll do it for all of them so I'm not wasting a bunch of time. Boundary loop, mark the seam, then select. I don't think I can do multiples here. We'll try though. No. Bridge. Bridge. All right. We'll worry about rearranging them in a moment. For now, same thing. Fill, off, apply, bam. Boundary loop, mark seam. So much junk floating around. Ooh. Oh, I'm glad it's Friday. I am ready to relax. I'm ready for the weekend. Why? Why is selecting this so hard? I don't understand. It keeps adding the seam selection back on, and I'm not adding that. Selecting that. So I'll do this, then I'll do that. Then I'll select the boundary loop. I'll bridge it. And then I'll try to select the whole thing again. Okay, well that time it's working. Not a good example. And boundary loop, bridge, Control L, hide. Loop, bridge, L. Loop, bridge. Hello, CFNF. Welcome. We're making some UV maps right now. Something went wrong with this one. Hmm. AI didn't. What? Bridge. They do have an equal count. That's weird. What's going on here? They should be working just fine. Bridge. No, bridge. Okay. Bridge. All right. Well. Weird. Anything else? I think that's it here. Okay, turn that back on. That one is good to go. All right. On to the next. You look busy. How long have I been doing this? So this would be, I started this character Monday. And I can show you the full character. So this character here. This is the low poly version of the character that we've made. Here's the reference image as well. That's what the character is going to look like. Oh. But yeah, we getting close to finish. We're in the tedious part of the work because we did all the fun work. Now we're in doing the hard stuff. But we're getting there. Slowly but surely. Right now we're working on these harnesses, getting them unwrapped. Are you familiar with VR chat? That's the platform I'm making a character for. Mm-hmm. Not familiar, very familiar with any VR stuff. I don't own a VR headset, so yeah. Okay. VR chat's like just a social game, so like Roblox or something. So you can just kind of create custom content. And so people hire me to make their characters. So if they want to be a certain character in the game, then that's what I do. I make their character for them. And so a lot of the time when I'm streaming, like I'm just kind of showing the whole process, which is involved and does take quite a bit of time, but is doable. So if you're ever interested in learning how to make characters, that's kind of what I'm doing the whole time here. And you know, it's applicable to more than just VR chat. You could do any sort of Unity game project, really. Okay, that's good for the waist harness. Now we've got the thigh harness. I'm going to invert, move this down, invert again. And on this one, select the island border, Alt P, and over. Okay, good. Go. And then select it again. This time, get rid of the horizontal selections. Really good at this step. I don't think I'll ever be as good as you. That is, even if I try and do what you do. Well, I appreciate you complimenting me, but I do think it's doable. It's a skill. So it's teachable, you can put it that way. But certainly, if you don't enjoy this kind of work, probably not the best direction to go. But and there's a lot. If I don't know if game design interests you, a lot of times people come by, and that's kind of what intrigues them. But there's so many other things to do in game design than just like making the assets, programming. So just a lot of times it is finding like the right fit for yourself. I prefer this over that. And for me, I definitely found that making the characters is really where my heart's at. Bum, 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 bum. All right, so let's start by grabbing all the outside elements for this one. That should be all of them. Invert that. Move the inside over, invert again, then grab the boundary, Alt P, and unwrap again. Okay. And now time for more cleanup. Okay. Yeah, let's just grab the boundary. These ones are really messed up here. I wonder why. I wonder why. Shouldn't be that messed up. Okay. We'll just start with these ones right here. Select the island border. Deselect the tips. And then point to pin them to the side. Well, as long as you're doing it, we like, I'll be here with you in the journey. I'll try and visit your live streams as much as I can. Well, I appreciate that. Definitely don't feel obligated, but certainly happy to have you here. And I do stream every weekday, so I'm here all the time. My pinky's getting tired from pressing that keyboard. All right, now we'll do this larger chunk. Let's put 0.8. And doop, 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 0.2. And yeah, that's fine. Okay, those look good. These ones look really crunchy though. Not sure what went wrong with these ones, but we'll unpin them and unwrap them. And it looks like they just had one edge that did not fully separate. Which is interesting. They should have. It's because I manually. Oh no, that would not have worked. Okay, so we just have to select this loop. Still didn't separate fully. That one's fine. That one's fine. Huh. Where are these ones coming from? Oh, what the? Wait. Oh, no. Oh, Really messed up the bridge edge loops there. Huh. Okay, that's fine. Sorted it out now. And thankfully, we can just hit pin and straighten. We're good to go. All right. Good stuff. So that means our main sections are now fully unwrapped. We've got a lot of mapping ahead of us, or a lot of positioning. Just make them roughly the same size. And where's this guy? Oh, weird. Just wondered, do you get paid for what you do, or do it for free? I take commissions, so people hire me and pay me to make these characters. I also teach classes. Just kind of getting into that though. It should be a good direction for me. Kind of a cool shape. I could actually redo this one. To make it a little bit squarer. So if I had straightened out this curved edge, then it would be more of like a letter E. I think I will do that. And to redo that, we will take the inside and just delete it. Add back on our solidify. Should be 0.005. Say only fill tab. Fill. Oh, wait, no, before I apply it, let's make sure we've got our map done. How do I want to do this? I want to take these, unpin them, and then take this edge and pin it, distributing it. That. Yes. Okay, much more compact. It's going well. It's going well. I'm glad it's Friday. I'm glad it's Friday. I'm ready to rest. Looking forward to the weekend. How about you? Okay. Wood. And then let's slap on the solidify now. Boom. Select the interior shape. Boundary loop. Mark the seam. Select them both. Boundary loop. Bridge. Okay. Then for the top section, island border, unpin, unwrap. That should have worked. Island border, unpin, unwrap. You can see the border right here. Maybe I have to do edge select. That should work. That should work. Interesting. They're just too tightly packed. All right. Cool. That's going to make everything much easier to arrange. Yay. Dare I just pack everything? No, I'm going to do it by hand. I'm going to do it by hand because, I don't know. I think I'll get better results. Probably going to be going soon. It's night out for me. I'll stick around for a bit, though. Hey, no worries at all. We're just chilling right now. Certainly no requirement. This one is not fully unwrapped. Where is this one? There we go. Actually, other way. Bam. Boom. And there we go. Okay. There's one big chunk right there. Right. These ones did not unwrap. These ones were not unwrapped the same way. We can tell which one is an edge if they have double. My goodness, these ones are no good. Missing a cut. Actually, that's not bad. I kind of like that. But I'll just put it on the other side. Maybe this guy. And lastly, this one on the back. Does actually fully separate, but get rid of it. Bam. 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 Alt P and unwrap. Perfect. Pin and straighten. There we go. Awesome. Do a lot of work into your stuff. I wish I could be able to do the same, honestly. I'm not doing that great with my videos. Well, it took me quite a while to figure out what worked best for me. You know, sometimes it does just take time. But I think the key thing is just finding what you enjoy. You know, it shouldn't be, for me, I just enjoy this kind of work. You know, that there's a satisfaction in and of itself to do this kind of work. And it also, like, I can make stuff that entertains me, like animations or something. But it all kind of furthers a goal outside of just doing it. Like either to entertain my friends or just make something exciting. So I think usually I find when people are struggling with things, it's that they, perhaps this may not apply to you, but are just doing it for the wrong reasons. Like if you're just doing it to get likes and views, then that's going to be a little hard to continue because it doesn't reward you in the right way. It doesn't give you that satisfaction you might actually, the right kind of satisfaction. Does bridging the edge loops like that just create cleaner topology /UVs? I was bridging them. I could have just used the solidify, but the reason I ended up doing the bridging the edge loops is because I didn't want to have to go around and manually select the seam. I just solidified it with the two islands, so there's nothing connecting them. So I could select one of them, do a boundary loop selection, mark the seam, and then connect them so that I was just being efficient in how I could mark the seams. That was the main goal for doing that way. Also, hello, Waffles. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. It's been a good week. We've been getting a lot done. That is for sure. And it'll be cool to put the final touches on Savitar. Thanks for giving me a lot of good advice. Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm prone to rants, so for better or worse. If you ever need advice, I'll give it to you, even if you don't want it. Oops. I think what we'll do, we're going to kind of stack them like this. Oops, other way around. How to properly fit this all together. Crazy how dense this map gets, mapping these. May just switch over to using an automated method for this because it is a lot. But I also want to be in control of understanding kind of where things are and how it actually all comes together in the end. So we'll keep it this way for now. All right. And that's not too bad. Looks like everything did fill in. We still have to do all the buckles in a moment. But nice. Make a duplicate and call this harness. Did I miss the texture baking, or do you still have more baking to do? The baking comes after the UV mapping. So right now we're still in the UV mapping. Should be almost done. We're almost there. And then we'll start the setup for texture baking. I expect us to be baking by probably around 3, so 5 hours from now. Because I'm going to go on lunch. And then it'll still take some time to get everything else set up. Ooh, these I don't need. Cool. I want to see someone else do it. My results while messing around were awful, lol. There is definitely some tricks to it. It's nothing insane, but there is a lot that kind of I use Substance for my baking. Sometimes there's a lot that's just kind of left unsaid by like what it expects, how it expects you to do things. Also, if anyone's interested out there, I am opening up classes, so I will be teaching an intro to VR chat avatar creation this upcoming week. So signups are still open, and definitely let me know if you're interested. What time is it for me right now? That is the time right now for me at 1:22. It is 10:23 here. So I'm guessing you're in Europe or perhaps in Brazil? Maybe Brazil's a little too early in the day. Spain? No. Central time, best time. Except for the daylight savings part. Everything else, it's pretty good. I could do without the daylight savings time. Actually, don't need the seam here. And I want it on the interior side. Here. Bridge. I'm in. I don't even know, but it is 1:47. 1:47 a.m. right now. Well, that is certainly late. It sounds to me like you're probably about to fall asleep. I would already be asleep. I cannot stay up past midnight anymore. Or it's not that I can't. I just don't want to. I like sleeping. I love sleeping. Actually, for this one, I don't need to worry about the solidify. So many little buckles and straps. Hmm. Do I solidify here? Have to. Yeah. I may regret doing that, but I've once ended up staying awake for 4 days straight. That'd be pretty rare for that to happen. Because you literally start going insane after a while. Tried going for record, but the second I hit the 5-day marker, I passed out for at least 5 hours. You can die. You can die from that. You definitely can die from that. That's these buckles here. Okay, so we'll select all these and say make single user. And then clear. No, we'll leave it there. Okay. Bam. Apply the solidify. Oh, I could do with some sleep right now, that's for sure. I'm feeling pooped. No joke, I once did it for 4 days straight. I need help. Well, exercise is the way. Because if you exercise, your body's gonna want it. This one and clear the solidify. Same with this one and this one. And we'll just relink the object data. It's still so many more. Okay. So Yep. But there are people who specialize in sleep disorders. Okay, I think everything's been unwrapped here. I believe. Not everything. Yeah, sleep's important, but it is a struggle sometimes. Too many fun things to watch on the interwebs. Oh, excuse me. After the day, I stayed awake for 4 days. I actually made my method for going to sleep. If you have trouble, turn off lights, stay in bed until you get too bored, and then just go to sleep. I used to have a lot of trouble falling asleep. For me, it was sound. It wasn't really like. It's always like if there's like a sound or light source, that will always mess with me. All right, I think we've got it. I'm gonna say UV average. Darn. So I need to make single user, object data, and YS average. Boom. Okay. And these are all pretty tiny compared to the straps, but now we can bring the harnesses back. And we've got everything unpacked now. Okay. These are all the different pieces. I'm just going to fill them up. Yeah. Yeah. Gotta go to sleep now. I'm getting tired. Have a good time. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Enjoy your day, FNAF. Thank you for coming by. Get some good rest. Let's put this one over here. Why not? Well, these are all the... Gotcha. I see what these are now. These are all the little interior buckle pieces. I can probably fit them all over here. At least most of them. Yeah. All right, that looks pretty good. Whew, that was the hard part. That was the hard part. Definitely probably the most challenging part of the character we're making. I think we could include the piercings as part of the harness material. And the band-aids as well. I guess it'll just all be, we'll have the body alt objects, and then the clothing alt objects as well. Yeah. Yeah. Let's include all of these. Why not? Okay. Let's turn off the harness just while we get rid of everything else here. Cool. These all share a map. Yeah, keep it right there. And in fact, I will not need to change anything because they're already all overlapping. Cool. These ones are linked. Yep. For the heart, how will we unwrap it? I think what we'll do slice off the back and take the corners and cut them and unwrap them. Normally I'd straighten it. I might as well. Man, if I'm going to do that though, then I don't need to keep them separate. All right, so all these different pieces. We got the heart. These are the 3 piercings, or spikes. The heart and the piercing, which we can now make single user. Move it down. Okay, so these are all of them. That's going to be our map for those. And then the band-aids. I believe I should have a map for them. Let's see, what happens if I apply this one? Cool, I do have a map already. The only thing I'd want to do is get back the original, this one, the source one, go to this guy, and let's apply the mirror and apply the subdivision right now so that I can take this side, put my cursor right here, 0.6, flip it. Okay, there's the whole band-aid unwrapped. Cool. And then Guten Morgen, Sam Dutter San. Hello, Sky. Good morning to you as well. Hello, hello. How's your day going? We're almost done with the UV unwrapping. Almost. I'm language confused as just woke up. Oh. Sorry to yawn. You know what I really want right now? I want a burger. I want a burger. Okay, so there's all the tiny stuff that we're going to include with our harness. Everything in here is going to be on the same map. Perfect. It's all nice and organized. And we'll just scoot this over. Should be pretty close there. Pretty darn close. Excuse me. Okay. I think that's everything. I'm pretty sure. Well, clearly it's not everything. Oh, the wings. I haven't even touched them. Have not even touched them. So we'll do the same thing we just did before. We'll turn off the fill, apply that, select the interior, grab the border, mark the seam, grab them both again, border, bridge, and perhaps they could share this seam. Oop. Fascinating. Yes, we can just do this. We'll get a nice mapping. And it curves with it. Fascinating. Is that what I want? I don't really know, but it's interesting. I like it. Yeah, I mean, we might as well. Not really a downside to doing it this way. Clean UVs. Clean UVs. Like it. I like it a lot. So the wings, tail, and hooves. These we're going to put on a separate map. Because they're too big. They won't fit anywhere else. Might be a lot of empty space on this one, though. Yo. I guess I could mirror them all. Yeah, why not? Mirror them. So they all already have a mirror. I go to this one and I can say mirror on the U, mirror on the U, and mirror on the U. All right, cool. I'm gonna go to the restroom, and when we get back, we're gonna start building out the cages, making sure everything lines up, cleaning up the high poly if it needs it, but generally actually starting to get things into substance, which will be fun. It will take a while. Okay, but I'll be back. One moment. I'm back. I think for the harness next time, or anytime I make some harness like stuff, like in here, I'm gonna try to use curves and other modifiers instead of trying to manually position everything. Just try to, because it's just a little tricky. Just a little tricky. We do still need to optimize some stuff in here. We don't even have the eyes on, and we're back to 80,000. Ah, of course, the teeth. The teeth. Tongue, we do want to have that much. These, probably unsubdivide. At least once. But I do like the gum line so much more. I will optimize other ways. Excuse me. Well, we need to do that right now, so no need to delay. Let's apply the multi-res. Get in here and start just dissolving. It's really not the horizontal edges that are the issue. So I think we can get in here and get rid of quite a bit. In fact, a lot of these middle ones are just covered up by teeth. So awesome. And apply the multi-res here. Boom, 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 boom. Pretty much just solve that whole section. It's better. It is better. Okay, that's a good chunk of geometry dissolved and resolved. I'm going to duplicate the mirror at the bottom. Apply this one first. Move this one to the bottom, hide it. Apply the subdivision. Delete path. And put it back on. Do you keep/copy the high-res objects for baking? Yes. So I have this collection here. Anything marked with LP is for my low poly. And then I have a whole high poly collection up here, which is basically just one-to-one. So these are my high poly objects, my low poly objects. The temptation with working with multi-res is try to like keep everything together. Keep your high and low poly object as part of that same multi-res object, but I've just found that that's a little trickier, a little easier said than done. So I prefer splitting it up. I think it's just a little simpler. Okay, I think we'll dissolve stuff after we bake. So we'll go ahead and leave that there. Everything here should no longer be using the high poly materials. So you can like export the high poly for bacon substance if I get it right. Exactly. So you'll have your a collection of FBXs that are just like super high resolution, super high geometry, and then what you actually bring into Painter though is your low poly one, and you can just point it at the high poly ones, and be like, I want those details. We can go ahead and apply transforms. No. Everything is ready for that. We're going to start applying the transforms for stuff. Just hoping that nothing's breaking when I do that. I think everything's good. Oh, except for these guys. Well, I guess it doesn't matter for them. They can stay there. Let's take that back. I would like, okay. For this stuff, yes, it can be set to 0. And I'm setting it to 0, so now everything will always snap back to the correct position. Don't have to worry about moving it. You add the box also. I'm not quite sure what you mean by box in this case. Oh, so Substance will give you an automatically generated one, but I will be making a cage, which is, I would assume, what you mean by box. And we're going to use a displacement modifier to make that. Cool. Everything is right next to each other. That's awesome. Now we're going to move all these different pieces together. Just turn on the low poly, I guess. And I just want to position everything right in the mouth. That looks pretty good. Maybe a little rotated. Match the angle of the teeth for the lips. And then Control A. All transforms are make single user. Transforms. Boom. Okay. So now everything is at 0 for both the teeth, for everything. For everything. And we can go ahead and save copy. We'll call this free cage. Okay. My hand hurts still. It's healing though. It is healing. What did you do to your hand? I was digging a trench, so using a shovel for a while. It's just a blister. It's kind of scabbed over at this point, so looks worse than it is. Um, but just kind of tight, and I could feel it stretching, which I don't like. It feels gross. All right, so now we're going to start organizing things by the materials we'll be baking them into. So body alt is going to be its own material. Body will include tufts. These need to go in here. And teeth. Already in there. We drop it in there like this. Okay, so that's the body low poly. Then the hair. That's pretty much it. Clothing. Good. Harness. Good. The piercings are also going with the harness. I need to think of a better name for that material. Band-aids too. So we have body, body alt, hair, clothing, and then the harness and eyes. Those are the 6 materials that will make up this character. All right, now we need to do the same with the high poly. So we have our mesh here. Oops, I deleted something. I wanted to make a new collection, not delete. So body alt, high poly. Take this and this. Ooh, the dew claws. We're missing the dew claws. Glad I noticed. And the teeth should also be in here. Body alt, body. Hair is its own collection. It should have the eyebrows though. Good. Tufts also go with the body. Clothing. Dense mesh. Very dense. Oh my god, we're missing actually quite a few pieces of clothing. Well, not a ton, but the leggings and the Speedo have not been mapped and they've not been added. So we need to make those. Balls. That'll be fine though. We have enough space. Be pretty minor tweaks. Yeah. shorts, duplicate, send over to the low poly clothing. Glasses we did that, did the gloves, did not do the Speedo, duplicate, and send over to low poly clothing. All right, high poly off again, low poly clothing. Okay, good. We do have the leggings, and those are mapped. All right, so it's just the Speedo we're missing. Good. But then where did it go? I still duplicated it. Still duplicated the shorts. Where did those end up? Because I definitely moved them. Funny. We'll figure that out in a moment. For now, multi-res. Turn it down to I think here. So just remove it then. Go back to here, turn on this collection. Make sure we're only doing the rim. Apply. Create topology. Let's actually add a shrink wrap. Just slap it on there. Boom. Apply. Add a mirror. Set the data to flip. Cool. And then we'll just want a nice edge to everything. This could be ripped too. Wait, did I just make that edge? Or is it was already there? Okay. Right, because of the solidify. Duh. There. So that means to rip this, I have to do both. Boom, 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 boom. Oh, I'm tired. What the heck? I need to eat, really. We'll do one more edge here. Just a bit too much of a gap. All right. All right. We have done it. We have created Spado. All right. And now I need to figure out how we're going to map it. I mean, mapping it's easy, but let's do a cut right here. Mark the seam. Clear this seam. Yeah. Boom. No. Yeah, leave that alone. Leave that alone. Okay. All right, that works well. That actually worked nice if I could put it right there. Awesome. Guess I gotta do that. Perfect. Okay. All right. Good def. Another 30 minutes and then I'll be going on lunch. Okay, but everything here, oh, there's a few things I should be doing as we go through this. First is making sure everything's zeroed out transform wise. Undo that because it broke my pin. Okay, clothing, good. Let's pull out the harness. That's going to be its own dealio. The wings also are going to go into the alt high poly. Piercings. Those go into the harness. Band-aids. Also the harness. Yeah. Okay. Body alt can go here. But first, we need to mesh everything. First, we need to make everything single user. Mesh it all. Set it all to 0. Good. We already did that for the clothing. Now I need to do it for the hair. It's just so dense. It takes forever to load. What does setting object to single user do? So the default setting is everything is a single user object. When you make a multi-user object, you basically link the data. So if I have a cube here, and let's say I duplicate it with Shift D. If I make edits to this one, nothing's going to happen on the other one. But if I duplicate it with Alt D or link it, then these ones are now linked. So that's very useful if you have things like buckles or anything where you're repeating, you're just duplicating the same shape, but you want to
be able to propagate those edits. So, you know, anytime you edit a buckle, then you see it. Yes, to see if they're linked, when you go to the object data, which is in the vertex group area here, you can see that there are two. This is how many people are, how many objects are using that. Wish I would have known how to do that before. Well, it's useful. It can kind of get weird, especially when you're applying modifiers. That's when you have to make it a single user. It's because it's like you can't apply a modifier to it. Or if you do, you have to apply it and then relink everything again. Yeah, just right here in your in the data, because there's objects which you can have just separate names. I could call it cube A and cube B, but then there's the data that they share, the actual mesh data, and that's under the hood. That's a little different. Thanks. I always struggle to know, is this one linked or not? It can throw you for a loop, that's for sure. Oh, and then the do clause I did not finish. We'll send this to body alt. Everything here, we want to mesh and set to 0. Maybe, actually for these I will get rid of the mirrored side. Well, yeah, I will for now. Just these ones. And we'll add back that mirror modifier, setting it to mirror origin. So that way when I move these, they stay mirrored on both sides. Yes. Yes. And then hair. All transforms already set to 0. Looks quite good with that bevel. These, actually, they all need to be, maybe not. Sorry. They all need to be, these need to be meshed. This one can apply for the mirror. Set it back to mirror origin. Cool. This one needs to be one object. This should be one object. But the rest of the hair we can combine and apply the bevel and set the mirror to origin. And then actually pull everything apart. So we'll want each strand to be separate. Okay. But it's all set to origin now. Good. Oh. Okay, I don't see any stray origins. Everything should be set to 0 now. Data transfer we'll leave on. You don't apply the mirror, or will in the future. Before I get everything into VR chat, I will either apply it beforehand or use the export options to apply that modifier. It is nice. The mirror modifier is quite useful, especially if you utilize, like, a lot of the times you're going to apply the mirror. Sorry, what am I saying? Like, you want to apply the mirror because you want each side to have a separate UV map. But in the data option on your mirror modifier, you can actually mirror the UVs. So, which is what I do on the body. So Well, not this body. This is the high poly body. But on the low poly body, you can see that the mirrors are the UV maps are not the same, and that's due to this mirror UV here. So that lets it, and if I go into the mirror modifier, it'll make more sense because everything's on one side, because when I mirror the U, it flips it to the other side automatically. So that way you get to keep your mirror modifier and work with it as if you had a separate UV map for the other side. So you get double the map size for your UVs. The texture size is always the same. It's actually not even correct to call this a size. This is like, so this square here, you can put in any image. If it's a long rectangle or a tall rectangle, it's always going to match the corners here to the corner of whatever image you put in it. So all that it's doing is just whatever image it's putting in there, it's going to flip it across the middle of it. So it'll take whatever you put on this side and flip it to the other side. So if you have one arm, you got your arm over here, you can pretend, or you will have the other arm on the other side of your UV. Yeah, in the context of a UV map, there is technically no size because it's always just stretches to fit whatever image you put in there. Okay, so I think we're pretty much good to start baking, or start getting ready for baking. We have all our materials that we're going to separate, put in the right spot. So I'm going to prevent myself from selecting the high poly. Go to my low poly objects. Actually, turn on all my low poly objects right now, because they'll all need this. Aha, there was the multi-res one hidden in here. I knew it was in there. Okay. But select the body, and we're going to make a vertex group, which we'll call underscore displace. And then we'll create a displacement modifier using that vertex group. And the vertex group shouldn't have any weight. I don't know why it has weight. And then we'll just first copy to all of them. Oh, that was the wrong button. That was a link object data. I don't want the link. I want to transfer. Transfer my vertex group, my active one, to an active layer by name. And so now they all have the displace vertex group, and then I can copy over my displace modifier. And let's go back to just looking at the body. Okay, so I can only select my low poly, and we'll go into the weight paint and turn down the strength. Let's turn it down even more. We want it to be a pretty close fit, as close as we can get. There's one other thing I should have added to everything, which is a triangulate modifier set to fixed. Beauty, set to beauty. Keep normals, copy to selected. And back to here. Body. And weight paint. Okay. And the reason is because we want to know how the mesh is going to get triangulated in Substance. It's better to say we're going to send a triangulated mesh into Substance. So everything does get triangulated. We just want to tell it. We just want to know how it is. Might see the foot. I'm going to assume it's okay. We may want to open up the mouth before baking. Probably do that after lunch though. Okay, and then we'll look at these guys. Make the weight really, really low. That should pretty much be it. Okay. What are we missing? Oh, the teeth. So rigging before baking. With my multi-res workflow, pretty much. It's pretty much already baked. It's already rigged. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. Not fully. But enough to get the mouth open. And if it's not, then I'll just rig it. But thankfully the high poly, I have saved. They don't have weights right now, but I've saved an older version of before the multi-res got rid of my vertex groups. I've saved that. So I can always just reapply them through vertex group transfer. So the mirror, it's going to look, the multi-res is going to look kind of odd with the mouth open. It's not very good to use the my God, my brain is just off today. Sorry, everyone. But these normals are backwards. Darn it. I was saying something, but I forgot. Oh yeah, the multi-res does not play nicely with an armature modifier, which is kind of sad because I kind of expected that to be the whole point, but it's really just for texture baking, funnily enough. Okay, so those are all nice and just over the high poly, just floating just over it. And that's the body. So did the body high poly. Hit the body low poly. Now we can go to body alt. Hmm. I'm not going to be able to get the tip of the wing in. The wing in. So we'll have to use a blend shape for that one. Get in. Get in there. Oh, Lord. This does not. Well, there we go. Okay. Did not want to get in there. All right. That looks good. Well, maybe we can do it. Perfect. All right. And then go here, turn this down. No, that's no good. We have a gap. Good God. Time to celebrate the weekend. Fall asleep, wake up around Sunday evening thinking, fuck, I missed it. Hello, Mr. Potato. And hello, Snardom. Welcome. I'm so ready for the weekend. I am tired. Tired and hungry. Right, but we do actually want to go into sculpt mode as well. We can straighten this out a little bit with some slide relax. And in here too. Ooh, that's too much. Okay. How's your day going, Snardom? Keep forgetting to turn off the snapping tool in Blender Mesh Shape Editor. Snapping can betray you. Snapping can betray you. And we actually did not map the hooves, or the, not the hooves, the, these guys. Dew claws. I can blend again. It is great now. Good. I can blend again. Something, something song. That's how it goes, right? You have to say yes. It's required by law. Almost there. So close. I will apply the first mirror. And then for the second, we'll turn on mirror UV. So I can put the dew claws right over here. Good. We can get rid of the bevel on them too. And for the subdivision, we can turn that down and apply. Good stuff. Yes, but while under duress. Simplifix never turn it on, use control when in need, or at least I never turn it on. Ooh. Well, we got another 10 minutes here before I go on lunch because I really need it. I am starving. I am starving today. And then we'll be back and hopefully getting everything baked. We can start painting finally. I always underestimate how long it takes to get from finishing the high poly to getting ready to bake. I'm always like, oh, we'll be baking in 2 hours. It's like 2 days later. Okay, almost ready for baking. For me, 2 weeks later. Not after my class. We'll be speedy topo. When I return the project, I'm going to drop it for now. I mean, that is one of the benefits of doing a VFX route instead of I mean, this is only for making video games, right? You rarely need to bake. You don't need to bake as much stuff for good old just standard CG visual effects. I need to break apart the hair right now. So what we'll do is turn on the ability to select. And one piece at a time. Ah, I see. Let's back up a second more. Turn off low poly, just in the high poly right now. We want to select the hair and separate by loose parts. Now everything should be separate. I'm too lazy to make arms for my model. Just tell them everyone needs a psychic. You know, just able to move stuff with mind only. Ah, why am I still getting multiple there? Separated all of these. Well, that explains it. But that might mean that... Well, these all look good. And yeah, they're all mapped. Okay, good. Okay, finally. That took longer than I expected to start separating this stuff. Just let me deselect. Can't even do that. There's got to be a way to do this faster, of just kind of blow apart shape, but I need to ensure that they're all overlapping, so it's a lizard. Lizards can always regrow their limbs, right? It's perfect. Foolproof. I'm not fixing everything to just not have to make arms. More power to you, I suppose. All right, now I can turn off, lock the high poly, start weight painting. This should be easy. Hate weight painting so much, monk ass. It's definitely, I would say, the one of the more complicated steps to there's a lot of moving parts in the most literal sense. Most literal sense. I think that's all of them. Let's change the hair color a little. Okay, I think we did it. banana peels covered up. And now for the clothing. All right, we might call it here, or we are going to call it here. I need to take a break, go get some food, go get my run in. I'm definitely lacking in energy right now, so I'm going to take lunch right away. Tempted to finish the mapping here, but it is time. One of my students getting into the whole VRC Resonite Avi creation. Nice. With a couple made already, I think now. I keep distracting them during the class random Blender stuff. Not sure if failing class will be due to me or not. I mean, if they show the skills, that's what matters, I suppose. Enjoy lunch and rock the run. Heck yeah. Thank you, Great Waffles. I will. Have a good one. Catch you later. Sounds good. Hope everyone's having a great Friday so far. Looking forward to getting back this afternoon. Getting baked. The bell rang. Time for break. Exactly. Food. I allow you all to eat. See y'all soon. Enjoy your break in the meantime. Bye, everyone. Bye.